Well, greetings everyone, and I'm back. I did say I'd be back, and here I am, with something brand new to the channel. For the many of us that are still playing Skyrim after all these years, some of the main things that keep bringing us back are the modding community and their ability to roleplay in the world. Now, I've roleplayed in Skyrim as Nords, as Imperials, and Bretons, and even an Orc once. But now I seem to find myself always drawn towards the Dunmer. The Dunmer have a really rich history and culture, not to mention their hilarious, narcissistic, arrogant attitudes. Couple that with the blight of the Red Year, when Red Mountain erupted, causing chaos to Vardenfell and wider Morrowind, and you've got yourself a really interesting storyline to base your character. Now, Solstheim, home to many Dunmer, is a fairly ugly place to be, but I find that it's got some of the best characters and quirkiest locations. Take Telmithrin, home to an illustrious Telvanni wizard, self-proclaimed the greatest wizard in Nirn, who lives in his mushroom tower, a master of conjuration and enchanting. And then there's Ravenrock, capital of Solstheim, the once great town, which used to benefit from the Ebony Mine and trade with the East Empire Company. But when the mine dried up, and the East Empire jumped ship, Ravenrock fell into great disrepair. This makes another great location for building a character for roleplay. If you are interested in learning a little bit more about the history of Ravenrock, I have several videos on it. I'll leave the link in the description below. However, apart from the Skal village to the north, there are not many notable locations for beginning a roleplay. Even on the modern scene there's not very much. Here we have Lethrin Fell, which is a lovely separate self-settlement, which comes with a player home. You can sail to Lethrin Fell from a ship which leaves from the Ravenrock docks, and this is just a really lovely place. It's very small, compact, but it has a great Dunmer aesthetic. Brilliant for your Dark Elf character. So apart from this, Solstheim is very much a barren wasteland of ash fields and wilderness. So this is where I'm going to share with you the settlement that I've been working on recently. It's took quite a lot of time and there's still a lot of work to do, but I'm quite happy with the results so far. The settlement's called Ashland Retreat, which feels appropriate. It's made up of Ashlanders and refugees from Morrowind, which fled after the eruption of Red Mountain. These Dunmer struggled with the multicultural aspects of Ravenrock and wider Tamriel, so they decided to build their own settlement out in the Ashlands. They built upon one of the very few freshwater sources on Solstheim, and it's deliberately meant to look quite run down, as these people came with nothing and weren't great builders or craftsmen. So this is where I plan on putting the fishery. I'm going to add a lot more clutter here and integrate the fishing system from the Skyrim Creation Club. Down here we have the blacksmith area. I've not yet added a blacksmith NPC yet. Adding NPCs and nav meshing can be quite tricky, so it'll take a bit more time.
Farewell.
So I have also added a spawn point for bandits, so the settlement will be attacked on occasion. And this little drawbridge is just another precaution, an extra line of defence. And here we have the interior of the windmill. The windmill was actually quite tricky to add, but I think it adds a nice aspect to the settlement. I plan on having this settlement as self-sufficient and lore-friendly as possible, so that the mills actually serve a purpose and power something, so that you can grow and harvest your own crops, you can catch your own fish, hunt your own game, you can create your own recipes and have somewhat of a lore-friendly speciality to sell around the likes of Ravenrock, Telmithrin, the Skal village and over to Skyrim. This little house will act as a very small and modest player home once I've cluttered it properly. Over here I've started working on a very small temple to the reclamations. It's a bit ridiculous that a temple would be in a very small rundown shack, but when you're a poor outlander or refugee, beggars can't be choosers, and I think this is the best they would come up with. A lot more clutter to be put in, and I'm also going to add a priest to the reclamations. This is going to be a cooking house with a chef and an oven, and it's where all the harvested ingredients and fish that are caught are going to be stored. You can see under the settlement here work still needed, because the whole settlement's hovering above the water, which looks a little bit ridiculous, but that'll be sorted soon. And finally, up the back here we have the farming area, where the softer ash dunes make it easier for growing ashams and other lore-friendly Dunmer ingredients. Canis root makes really good canis root tea, and ashams mixed with horker meat makes a good asham and horker stew. Now Dunmer wouldn't traditionally hunt horkers, but it can be traded with the scal. All in all, I'm quite happy with the settlement so far. I've still got a lot more to do, such as nav meshing, some issues with NPCs, and some extra houses to be added. But I think it will add to Solstheim for a really good location if you're looking to roleplay as a Dunmer character. But if you have any ideas, advice or constructive criticism, just let me know, it'll be appreciated. But it's great to be back on YouTube again. I don't think I'll ever be able to consistently upload videos like I used to. Life just doesn't give me enough spare time anymore with my job and my kid. But I hope everyone in my old YouTube social circle is doing alright. If you are new to the channel, please feel free to leave a like or you could subscribe. Until next time, see ya.